Hi guys, this is Keith here again from the Upper Tier Podcast, and I'm here again with you with another video. And this time around, I'm going to be chatting about the greatest wrestlers on the mic of all time. So the GOATs, obviously, that everyone likes to say nowadays. But yeah, my top five I have down, guys, for the greatest on the mic. Number five. Now this may be a bit controversial, but maybe because of where I picked him. But I have John Cena as number five. Look, phenomenal on the stick. Like, he was really good back in his heyday as well, and some really stellar matches, you know. But he knew how to cut a promo, and you know everybody knew the one big promo that he had with Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns first was starting off. He you know, he wasn't the best on the mic, and then he kind of made a show of Roman Reigns, you know, if everyone remembers that. But you know, he been saying that, you know, he could cut like an awesome promo on anybody, you know, like he was one of the best to do it for sure. But yeah, and then number four down, guys, I have is Ric Flair. Now, I know he could have been a bit higher, but I just thought the next three were probably the better on the mic, if I'm being honest. But in saying that, taking nothing away from Ric Flair, he was phenomenal on the mic. You know, one of the best to ever do it. I know he made you believe as well, like John Cena. He made you believe, like, you know, the storyline and whoever he was facing at the time. You know, he had such good credibility on the mic, and he was just so believable. And you know, it just shined through with his character. And he's just one of the best. Now, unfortunately, back when I watched him, he was in his late 40s, I think it was. Yeah, around that time. So I kind of missed his prime years, unfortunately, when I was watching him back when I was a kid. But in saying that, though, I got a good chance to see him throughout his, you know, the end of his career anyway. But yeah, and then I have number three down. I have is The Rock. Now look, The Rock is one of the best to do it on the mic. To be quite honest with you, phenomenal. He was a phenomenal on the mic. I don't think he was phenomenal in the ring. He was good in the ring, you know, but I think it was more so his character that got him over than anything else, I felt. But his character and his charisma. But in saying that, when he was on the mic, everybody just listened to him, and he was just, you know, spectacular. I love the stuff he had with Mick Foley, you know, and himself doing the tag team, and then Stone Cold as well with The Rock and all that. It was just great, absolutely great on the mic, you know. The two of them just bounced off each other like just so well. But yeah, no, that's the reason I have him third. Now, obviously, I have number two. Is I have Triple H. Triple H, for me, hands down, for me, Triple H is the best heel of all time. You know, just for me, I think he was a stellar heel. He was just unbelievable in the ring. But saying that, he was phenomenal on the mic as well. Like, you know, I know it's a bit controversial maybe, but I'd love to hear your comments down below. If you think Triple H should have been a bit lower, or would you think he's number where he is now? But yeah, I think, to be quite honest with you guys, he was just stellar on the mic. You couldn't, you know, when he was a heel, he was just at his best. And as well as that, like, face wise, he was good. You know, he was good as a face, but I kind of preferred him as a heel. He was just a natural heel. He was a guy that you hated, you know. And I remember one time when he was facing Shawn Michaels, and I think it's when Shawn Michaels came back in 2002 and he ran him over. But like, it was so believable back then for me, because I was a kid still watching it, you know. But you know, I wasn't really grasped up to the business as I am now, like more smart to the business now. But like, he would made you believe that, you know, about his character. He made you believe the things he used to do was phenomenal. I think, to be honest with you, he was one of the best of all to do it, and one of the best of all time as well. Now, guys, for number one, I have down is, I kind of had to pick two people as number one. I couldn't really separate them, unfortunately. Do you know, it's just, yeah, it was just too hard for myself. But I have Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan tied as number one. Look, it speaks for itself. Hulk Hogan, phenomenal wrestler, wasn't amazing in the ring, you know. I didn't think, but it was more so, like, again, it's more so his character that got him over and helped him through a hell of a lot, I felt, you know. but you know, you did believe him on the mic, and when he was with NWO, like, you know, that kind of freshened him up, and he was, you know, he was a bad guy, which was the first time ever to see him being a bad guy, you know, and he kind of needed that. But when he had that, when he was putting a heel promo on WCW at that point, you know, you can see it was probably one of the best turns of all time, and he just cut an amazing promo with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in the ring. But staying with Stone Cold, look, Stone Cold, everyone loves Stone Cold because Stone Cold was the type where when he got going, when he was on the mic, he was just electric. Like The Rock, he was just electric on the mic, and you know, he knew how to cut a promo. He knew how to get engaged with the fans, and he had the fans wrapped around his little finger. Anything he said, they would go along with him. You know, he was phenomenal, brilliant. But guys, they're my top five, anyways. But yeah, if you have any of yourselves, like anyone that you that's your top five, let me know in the comments down below. I have a few honorable mentions as well. I thought I'd put a few honorable mentions in. I thought I'd put in Bray Wyatt as well. He was very good on the mic. Roman Reigns, after a while, you know, when he became tribal chief, he was very good on the mic. He improved a hell of a lot as well. Randy was decent on the mic as well. He wasn't phenomenal. He wasn't great or anything like that. But he was decent on the mic. Do you know? Just like, there was who else was there? There was Dusty Rhodes as well. Dusty Rhodes was great on the mic too. Never really got to see him wrestle or anything because it was before my time. But looking back on the videos and all that, he was great. You know, when you see him. But there are a few of my honorable mentions as well, guys. But love to hear your comments. Love to see anything that you have that's your top five as well. And I shall chat to you soon.